This is just a simple example I wanted to put. So we are on the same page and I can proceed further with the technical implementation. Let's say your company is using different SaaS tools, Slack, some procurement software, some time reporting software, which is also a SaaS, Google Workspace, Jira, Confluence, many tools, right? So you decided to implement SSO using Auth 0. You bought Slack from the Slack. You bought Jira from the Jira. I mean Jira, the Atlassian, Confluence Atlassian. So what you will do? Atlassian Jira Slack will provide you a platform to onboard your Google account or your Microsoft account as IDP because they are service provider. You don't want to log in, just ask, maybe your IT team will be doing it. They will configure the Slack as a service provider and your authentication, your Microsoft account as an IDP. So you will be able to log in. Without SSO, you need to remember username, password for all these mechanisms. So with SSO, how it will really works: employee open Slack, Slack redirect user to the IDP authentication. Now remember, here we are doing, you go to the Slack login screen and it will say login with SSO. Maybe you are entering your email, or it will ask you to log in with your Microsoft account. There are different ways, but it will prompt you to the login screen of IDP, identity provider, which is your Microsoft account. You will enter email, password. If you are not logged into your Outlook account, which is like parent account, right? Email, password, Google login, Azure AD, Azure Active Directory or anything. Auth 0 verifies the identity and sends the signed token back to the Slack. I mean, this is how we are doing with the Auth 0, right? We are doing all these configurations on Auth 0. Auth 0 verifies the identity and send a signed token back to the Slack. Slack accepts the token and Slack says, okay, I got the user. This user is valid. Let him allow access to the platform seamlessly, right? So user login once, Auth 0 is identity provider. And after that, you are able to log into Slack, Google, Jira, Confluence. Here, instead of Auth 0, it can be your Microsoft account, Google Workspace account. Currently, for user management, I'm using Auth 0. But let's say I'm working in a company. I don't have Auth 0. I have Microsoft account. So I will log in once into Microsoft account and I should be able to log into the Teams, Jira, Confluence, or any other application I have. But here, because we are going to have a demo with Auth 0, we are going to create a web app that is using Auth 0 for authentication, for user management. So who holds the identity? Auth 0 manages the identity. So that is the identity provider. And who is service provider? Let's say I'm doing a login into some application. So that will become a service provider because I'm using the credentials of my Auth 0 username, password to log in into the another application, let's say Confluence, Jira, or Google, right? What is the benefit? One login for everything. That's like you can say the global login. And how it looks in Auth 0. In your enterprise, you don't have Microsoft or Google. You created a user account in the Auth 0 for all the users, because Auth 0 is IDP. It can be Microsoft, it can be Google Workspace. And what you are doing, your Auth 0 is working as an IDP, and you can create a service provider. Service provider will be Jira, Slack, and all, and you will be able to log in, because that is the thing which we are going to play with. Because I can also do with the Azure account or Microsoft account, then I need to have a Azure, Google Workspace account and all. Let's keep it simple. I have my identity stored in the Auth 0, maybe username, password, and once I log in into Auth 0, I should be able to access all these third-party platforms. Okay. So this is what the theoretical aspect. Now let's take a look onto the technical aspect of it.